Hello. Hope you're ready for a fun-packed weekend, and welcome back to the Australian Esports High School League competition for Rocket League. I'm Mendrix, and joining me again is former mates. How are you? Are you excited for today?
Yeah, I'm very excited for today, and how can you not be? It's the playoffs, Mendrix. We're finally in the important matches, an elimination, single elim, in fact, best of fives. We're gonna have, 4 teams in each division by the end of the today. It's gonna be a fun one.
That's right. It is do or die. Everyone needs to show up, and of course, who is always showing up for us today, Formal?
Yeah, of course, this event can't be done without support from our lovely sponsors, AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. And Indomie, the noodle partner, made with high-quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie McGoring will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Beautiful stuff there. Beautiful stuff indeed. And I think we've got our first game ready to go. I believe it's looking at Division 2, Phoenix Purple versus RVSSA. Am I correct in saying that one?
No. It's Division 1.
Oh my god, there you go. I thought I had everything right, but then
yeah, you were so close, but we were doing Division 1 RVSSC Aqua versus Phoenix Purple. Aqua 4-3 on the season, Purple 3-4 on the season, so 2 evenly matched teams. Elimination game. Like, this is the 4th versus 5th seed, and all 8 seeds did make it through to the quarterfinals, so this should be the closest on paper. And in fact, last time they played, Mendrix, it was a 3-2 victory for Aqua. So it went all 5 when these 2 teams were at before. I'm expecting that to happen again. This one's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is going to be a great game. I can't wait to see what happens when the wheels do make it to the pitch. And to be perfectly honest, this is, like you said, this is do or die. If you don't win this, you are out. So we'll be seeing you in Term 2. Hopefully these teams have brought everything that they can. They'll have to throw their kitchen sink at the table if possible. And we are on the pitch and we're jumping into it.
What is the logistics of that, by the way, to get your kitchen sink and to throw it at the table? Like, how do you even get the sink off the counter?
Look, it's very difficult. It shows that you have a lot of commitment to throwing everything you have at the opponent, right? The fact that you've gone through, done the logistics to get the sink out, that shows that you definitely mean your business, right?
That just sounds like a lot of unnecessary property damage that I'm going to have to pay for later. Anyways, here comes Zesty Enzo, trying to get into the opposite backboard, unable to do so. Runs into a bit of traffic midfield, coming right back the other way. Again, expectation, 2 evenly matched teams. This is Div 1, so we're expecting fast. We're expecting maybe a little higher quality Rocket League than some of what we saw back down in Div 2. And I mean, knowing as well that it is single elimination, this is your one chance to get to that top 4, to play next week, to play for a title. It makes things really tight and really fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. Zesty trying to get a little bit cute, but will be picked up by DNXI. Brings it through. Kairos does some control there. It's going to obviously get a little bit of contention for it. The challenge is coming through. Kairos throws it to the air. Zesty has an opportunity to make a play, but will be demoed for their problems. And I completely agree with you in saying that we want to see a little bit more of high-end Rocket League. We're in the business part of the competition. The teams have been playing. They've obviously been practicing a little bit more as well. And you do tend to see certain players and certain teams really rise to the occasion.
Yeah, and this is, again, for I think both these teams as well, the fact that they're so evenly matched. This is a big opportunity for both of them because it's not just necessarily making semifinals, but it also, there is 3rd place matches, so you will still be playing for a 3rd place when it's all said and done. So it really gives you 2 more matches to be played next week, including those big best of 7s. The first goal will come from Zomicron.
Yeah, something good with a nice little touch from Kairos, comes on down. It's going to be in the air. Gets actually the touch on it as well, just to sort of throw off Chibi, and that allows Zombie to get in there and obviously start to put that first blood on the series.
Yeah, very, very good start for perhaps the favorites, just based on the fact that they were the winners last time. So good to see them get on the board. However, a quick response from DNXY will tie things right back up.
Yeah, Chibi here just goes straight for the redirect play, knocks it on through. No boost there on Cryox to get in position, and that means it will be nice and evened up here. And we are expecting this probably to go the full length of time. We're talking the best of 5 definitely being hit up here, the whole 5. I mean, to be honest, most of the time in this competition, we don't actually see it go to 5 games recently. I feel like there was a point in time when almost every single game was going that best of 5, but teams, tend to typically stamp their position on the series, take full control, and from that point onwards, it doesn't go to 5. So it'll be interesting to see if Aqua is going to be able to do that, or if it is going to be, like you said, extremely well matched. And you can see the NXY tries to get on through. Zombie will be there to knock it well and truly clear of the goal.
I mean, I have the stats for you, right? In terms of that, in 28 games played, 3 of them in Division 1 went to Game 5.
Yeah.
And this is one of the matchups that did it. So, yeah, you are right. Like, it wasn't frequently that they went that distance. The other ones also, or at least one of the other ones also involved Phoenix Purple as well against Team JSRA, which went to 5. And that one, actually, I believe Phoenix did come out on top. So they were able to win one of their best of 5s, which was nice. So they're technically 1-1 on Champions Field, if you want to look at it that way. Still just over 100 seconds left in this game, though, and it's about as tight as we're expecting the series to be. Still tied, coming down to, the business end of everything. A commit from the 3rd member almost opened up an opportunity to come back across the middle of the field. Not going to be the case this time. Phoenix going to have to continue to try to play defense, and they've been under the pump for the past minute or so.
Yeah, just holding on for the time being. Could be the reason why they also go the distance in the 5 games, as they do seem to be a bit of a defensive team. Happy to wait for their opponents to make a mistake, and that was a good strike, but the defense holds strong for the time being. The NXY is going to be chasing the ball. It's going to let it go the way of Zesty, who's going to slow down the control, try to go overhead. Jibby once again gets the demo. Zesty just a little bit too slow to make that work. I think Zesty's just enjoying the car graveyard for the time being, because that's 2 demos back to back.
Yeah, and yet they're not able to really do much with it. A bit unfortunate there. Zesty now will start to push up and around the corner. Ball bouncing in front of the net. Dangerous position. Kyrox, though, a little bit too far behind the play. Won't be able to convert it into a shooting attempt. Instead, we'll go back to the blue half of the pitch. DNXY off the roof, had an angle, but doesn't have the support from the team. It was another demo on Sith Code that kind of slowed things down. Now, Cryox might have an opportunity here. Good pass. Zomicron's there, but so too is the defense.
Yeah, Chibi gets back in time. Now Sith Code coming on through will take it towards the wall. It's gone overhead here. There's an opportunity. Kyrox reads it. Well, Cryox reads it and brings it across. Now Zesty's in control of the ball. Let's see if they do manage to get a good run on the counter attack. It's going to hit the corner. It's coming towards the center. It's a slight open net for a second there, but no one is ready and waiting to deliver the final shot.
Yeah, no goals to be found just yet. Still 7 seconds remaining. Ball to the backboard, across the middle. A chance to end it in regulation. They leave it for the player with the boost in Cryox, but he can't do much with it. Ball does not hit the ground immediately. In fact, pressure's going to come from the Phoenix side. Keeping the ball in the corner, though, it should hit the ground. Yet DNXY has a chance. Shots on. No!
Oh, close. No cigar overtime underway, and we're out of the regulation play. This is... You called it immediately. You really did for me. You said this game is probably one that may go the distance here. We're already in the first overtime in the first game of the series. 1-1 apiece. And yeah, it's not disappointing at all.
Yeah, expectations is to see this one be as tight as it is, and needing a little bit of extra time to determine that pivotal first game. It's an important one that both the teams want. Double commit on the goal line might open something up across the middle, but Cryox isn't able to get the ball there. Now a double commit on the attack leaves the middle of the field exposed once again, but the defense isn't able to capitalize. So both teams getting very antsy in this first minute of OT.
Yeah, Aqua's doing a great job of just jumping around, controlling the boost, making it hard for Phoenix Purple to get out. The NXY is trying to do that now. Looks like they've got a bit of a clear, but Zesty just waiting there already. Will just keep it in the half. Phoenix Purple. Opportunity goes on through. Not going to be enough. Chibi will push it out well and truly, but Zombie's ready once again to actually go for a challenge. Going to be blocked by Chibi. And again, the attack is just devastating. Relentless here from RBSSC Accra.
Yeah, but they're just not able to convert it to the point, though, unfortunately. And it feels like, you know, a lot of the setups are good, but there's just never been a striker in position, at least until now. The demo opens the door, and Cryox puts it in. Game number 1 goes to the blue side. That is Aqua up by 1.
And that is just fitting as well that it's Zesty to be the one to go for the demo. Zesty, obviously the victim of demos time and time again from Phoenix Purple, but decides to use their attack when it really counts and obviously force that game 1 win.
That's a big win again for the higher seed in this matchup. I struggle to call them heavy favorites because of how tight it has been between these teams, but it's got to feel good to get that first win, you know, on the board. Mm-hmm. It's what you're looking for. It's what you need. And now 2 games away from a trip to the semifinals. We'll see if they can keep that momentum up.
And it's just so close as well. That's the thing. Like, even if it is a scenario where it is going to be a 3-0 win, I feel like it's just going to be low goal games. It's going to be literally 1 goal separating the winners.
We'll see. We'll see if that continues. Obviously, you know, there's always a bit more pressure in these knockout situations. Kickoff looks very good for Chibi.
It was looking a bit buttery there, wasn't it?
Nah, not buttery enough. Not this time. Zomicron now starting to bring it back to the other side. And
ooh, opportunity here.
I wonder if that actually looks really good for Sith Code. Unfortunately, Cryox already back on defense. And Cryox has been, I mean, the most consistent player in terms of being in the right place at the right time. Shots in from Zomicron.
Very nice little hit there as well. It's a bit of a lax on the defense, I feel, from Phoenix Purple as well. Very good strike as you see coming across there. Sifco just not expecting it to go the full distance. Wanted to go towards that far side of the post and probably thought they had some backup a little bit closer, but ends up conceding that goal.
Yeah, and that's a bit awkward now, I think, for the Phoenix side. Down a goal, down a game. Again, these best of 5s, they sneak up on you. So already you're probably feeling a little bit of pressure being on that back foot. You need this equalizer. That's a great setup. The Sith Code is there, but where is that shot going?
Yeah, it just went completely to the left there. That felt like that was a bit of David Beckham coming into us and feeling a little bit of their spirit come across there, just going well and truly clear of the goal. Chibi now pushing that one up there as well. I think that was a little bit of they're not on the same page unless they were trying to go for a car pinch there together, but not the case. Now Cryox will get it towards the corner. It's a bit of a center. DNXY is going to be there. Make sure they get there clear.
And a 2-goal lead, I feel like would be massive in this situation right now, for just based on how close these teams are. Sith Code throws it back. Zesty though able to get underneath. Here comes Zomicron down the middle. Oh, they wanted the redirect off Cryox. Shot was just a little bit inaccurate. That would have been an amazing strike, and I don't know if you bounce back from that, so I have no fault in going for that one.
Yeah, that was definitely going to be a nasty goal if it did go through, but not going to be the case. I do like the attempt. I do like the thought process. It shows that Aqua, of course, are showing why they are the favorites coming into it by being a little bit more creative with their redirects, with their plays, and how they make it work. Kyrox just managing to get a touch onto that. Zomicron will get it on through. Phoenix Purple seems to be the ones on the attack now. Chibi's going in for a jump in, but will have to deal with a contestation that's going to redirect his trajectory. DNXY has gone in the air here, an opportunity for Aqua, but you can see Chibi doesn't want to deal with it. We'll put it straight away towards the corner.
As we go from one end to the other, big pinch from the Sith Code. Just falls right in Zesty's lap, who wants to take it to the backboard. A reset keeps it up. It didn't really connect on the next flip, but hints of the mechanics still there. As we're seeing some pressure from Zomicron. Pass, a little bit too much pepper on it. Cryox couldn't get there in time. Zesty's touch, a little bit desperate, still not finding its mark. Misses out on the midfield boost as well. Good steal from Chibi, yet the attack continues.
Yeah, you can see now an opportunity here. Zombie tries to get in. Red by DNXY, pushes it towards the center. Zesty jumps in. Is that going in? Zesty gets an angle. That's a disgusting shot if I've ever seen one. And it's just such a great first touch.
Yeah, I mean, the strike exactly where it needed to be. Bar down and in, and both teams acknowledging that shot, how strong it was. I mean, 2-goal lead now. Just over 2 minutes to go. Looking for the 2-game lead. Shots on. It's going to be pinched by the defenders, and it actually catches the midfield off guard. This is looking really good for Aqua at this stage with only 2 minutes to go. It does feel like the blue side, they may have done enough to put themselves on match point.
Yeah, you mentioned it before. I think every time we talk about having that comfortable goal lead push in, we're expecting it to be around, 3 or 4, and that's when you're really in a comfortable position. But with how close these two teams are playing, how strong the defenses are, 2 goals really does feel like a nice, comfy cushion to be sitting on here, especially with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. The NXY now trying to obviously deflate that cushion a little bit there. Gets it through to Sifco, but that's going to be picked up. I think it was actually Zesty that managed to get back in time and push that away.
How Phoenix has been attacking, too, is the exact way to kind of make, I think, that defense nervous if an attack can be sustained. They get really up close to the play. Oh, Zesty.
Beautiful pass. Great shot. Not much you can say about that one. Gyrox just doing a good job there to get it. DNXY didn't have any boost to go the distance. Obviously, Sifcode wasn't too sure what the angle was and didn't actually jump for it. And Aqua now beginning to run away with the series.
Yeah, if we weren't sure before, I think we're still starting to feel a little bit more sure now that it will be match point favoring Aqua. This team looking very strong. Backward pass down. Right where it needed to be. Not straight away. Here comes DNXY. Has the reset. Looking for the bump. Ooh. Can't find Cryox.
Good attempt. Like the thought process. You can see what they were doing there would definitely be effective. But again, RVSSC does a good read. Managed to keep the defense going there. That was a bit of a missed opportunity. But you know what? We don't talk about these things for more, right? When it's the underdog, we give him a couple passes.
I mean... yeah, we can give them passes, but arguably maybe Aqua shouldn't. Either way, though, when you have the 3-goal lead, I think they were just thinking let's control midfield. Wasn't really expecting that awkward touch. No harm, no foul. I don't think we're going to see 3 goals in 20 seconds. So even though DNXY is on the charge, had a teammate underneath, we are looking ahead right now to Game 3, a potential sweep, which would be a shock in my eyes should it go that way. However, with how consistent Aqua is playing, Phoenix, we're going to need to see more on the attacking side of the ball. Just more sustained attacks, longer sustained attacks, if they're going to have a chance to get back in this series.
And you're just looking at it, Aqua's here to play. They definitely are stepping up to that play. They understand what's obviously up for grabs here if they can get the wins today. And not to say I want to take anything away from Purple as well, right? Purple are doing a fantastic job on their end. It's just Aqua have a quality that seems to be above them at the moment.
Yeah, they are playing very well, this blue side. Zesty, some of those touches. I mean, that crossbar down was goal of the day so far. I'm putting that at number 1. We'll see if that will stay goal of the day as we go through it all. But they are now sitting on match point as we get ready to go. Could be our 3rd and final game of the series. It could be Aqua punching their ticket to the semifinals, although a bit of an unforced error on the kickoff. Nearly saw that ball go the other way.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. The butter was starting to sip onto the table, but of course everyone cleaned it up very quickly, so no buttery goals just yet. But completely agree with what you're saying there. That goal from Zesty that just got down from the top bar. It was an absolute masterclass. Opportunity from DXY, just misses out. That would have been great if it came through and would be exactly what Phoenix Purple needed to sort of get themselves in a good position to mount a comeback. But ball goes wide. Now Cryox will be there to clean it up. It's going to just go straight towards the top side. Bit of a loose ball. We'll see who picks it up first.
A little bit surprised, actually, that it isn't 1-0 right now favoring Aqua as well. Both teams kind of missed an opportunity right there. As FC is going to throw it over to Zomicron, who, second unforced error from Zomicron at the start of this game. Actually, the first one was from Zesty. That's the first from Zomicron, but twice now we've seen some swings and misses coming from the Aqua's defense. If that continues, it could be an opening for a punish.
Oh, speaking of which, that happens. It seems that you were just there coming through with a little bit of a prophecy. Sifcode gets a nice little hit over the top there. Omicron and Zesty both jump for it for the commit. No one's actually going to be back in into the goal position. And Phoenix Purple get themselves the first goal here and actually up for an advantage the first time in the series.
Yeah, it's a big time to find it as well. And 3 strikes you're out is the saying for a reason. That was the 3rd unforced error in that first minute of play, and that's the one that is going to wind up punishing the Aqua side. So, yeah, all right, this team isn't infallible. Like, they are human. They can make mistakes, but they can also get shots like that. Zesty I feel like if that was the previous game, that one goes in, but things just feeling a little bit off for the blue side right now.
Yeah, perhaps the nerves starting to get to both of these teams as well. I just saw a little error there with a bit of a team bump coming through from Phoenix Purple. Kryrox comes in. It's going to go towards or go too high. Now it's running to the goal, but DNXY gets back in time. Gets some control on it. We'll try to push it forward. There's Omicron. We'll knock it back down. Kryrox has a nice redirect from Zesty. Ooh. Again, I like the idea, but it's just going a bit too high.
And now I'm seeing two drivers commit to the corner with no boost, which means that this attack shouldn't be sustained. Prime opportunity right now for Phoenix to lead a counterattack, and it is Chibi who jumps on it first. Gets the ball up into the corner. Second attacker, though, is a swing and a miss. Now, is it a pass to the middle? Is it to Zesty? No, Zomicron wants to keep it themselves. Yeah. It's like a bit of a miscommunication right there, but it still winds up in Zesty, who's going to escort it in. A clean dribble to tie us 1-all.
Yeah, you can see Zombie wanted to get back, get the boost to make that one work, but Zesty with excellent control there. That's hard to get that sort of extra little hit, that lovely little touch to understand how the ball's going to operate and manipulate it that way. Normally a player would get in from that speed, that angle, off that rebound, ball would just go flying, but ends up making it perfect, basically controlling it exactly the way they want to go. Kryrox gets one immediately back in return, and all of a sudden Aqua's back on top.
Yeah, what happened with the defense here? I see DNXY rotating back and Chibi as well. Just saved the boost a little bit too long, wanted to time it for the pinch, a bit of a mistime, and now that's a lead conceded. Oh, pressure back on Phoenix after they had such a strong start, capitalizing on the unforced error. Now they're going to have to maybe create something themselves with just under half a game to go.
Yeah, Aqua, though, at a very key moment, locked right back in to get that advantage, so you can't take that credit away from them. Chibi sees an opportunity, puts it down, just misses it out. DNXY, though, will be there to pick up the pieces, and we're back to an even game.
That one spooked me. Zesty, yeah, again, a little bit too overeager, accidentally backflips, so it gives not one but two open shot attempts, and had DNXY missed that, we would have had some issues. But no, fortunately, does hit its mark, ties this game back up, 2:07 to go, 2 goals, arguably off unforced errors. That second one a bit more of a positioning error than anything else. And I would argue that Aqua is just allowing Phoenix to stay in this matchup, which is always dangerous in elimination games.
Yeah, 100% agree on that. Kryrox, though, wants to make sure they can make that happen. Goes for the flip reset, goes over the top there. I mean, I feel like there was no harm, no foul there. They sort of kept the ball going.
He knocked him off the path.
No, he was okay. He hit the flip reset. I don't think he was going to get the ball. I reckon, I'm going to call it. I reckon it was just a miscommunication. And flip reset was all right, but it wasn't going to change the outcome. Am I being too nice?
I think you might be being a little bit too nice right there. And I mean, it's led to a flip of possession. It's led to a Phoenix attack right now. And again, it's another little bit of a mistake. Triple commit on defense, but they get enough power to get the ball safely to the side. In fact, now Zomicron's going to try for the clear, but with no boost, it's a tough ask. Zesty has to burn a little bit to rotate back. Kryrox stays in that third man role as Zesty's going to try to cook. Doesn't quite get the reset, tries to go underneath. Didn't get the ground pinch the way they would have liked. 1 minute to go. First attacker misses, second throws it to the opposite side.
Yeah, definitely cooking, but just came out a little bit undercooked in the end. Zesty tries to jump for a bit of a miss there, so that's not going to be good in that sense. Phoenix Purple sensing a little bit of weakness, tries to jump onto it. DNXY gets it in. Zesty's going to get back in time, gets the defense. Things there looking a little bit shaky across the board.
They're looking very nervy. That was another 2 unforced errors, 2 whiffs back to back, and all you need is one more. It's probably going to be a goal, and it could be the game. Phoenix, this is a prime opportunity to end things in regulation right now. They're winning the 50s. They're keeping the pressure on. It's going to be the Sith code into the corner. Gets a bump, but doesn't get the pass back. Didn't have the boost to commit to it. Has to wait till the ball falls to the ground. That gives the defense an extra second to recover, which they do. 2 players commit to the corner. Net looked semi-open, but DNXY, they're still going to slow play it. Ball still in a dangerous spot. Here's the shot. 0 seconds. Sith misses, but DNXY does not, and we're going to a game 4.
How good was that touch from DNXY? You can see all the members from Aqua trying to get a touch on the ball, trying to get it to safety, but it opens it up, and they manage to get the goal. Phoenix Purple, talk about getting clutch at the very end.
That was insanely tight you said it right there. They were the clutch team right now. The mistakes were coming from the blue side, they were the team that was playing more nervous. They were the team that I would almost argue it looked like they were the team that was playing, you know, as if they were down, right? So a little bit surprised to see how that one kind of finished out, but
High School Rocket League, you are delivering right here, right now. The series continues. Phoenix Purple managing to maintain their position here. Aqua, of course, probably going to be unhappy with that outcome. But we are going to be resetting now. We're going to be getting ourselves now into game number 4. I didn't think we'd be here, just with the way things were playing out. But Phoenix Purple proved me wrong.
And we'll see how they go. This is a very, very big game. This could be still match point, still semifinal point for Aqua, but Phoenix, they're going to put pressure on early. The shot from DNXY not quite where it needed to be.
Really wanted to use the momentum, I feel, from the win of last game. That's I saw how quick Phoenix Purple readied up. That was probably the quickest they've readied up this entire series. Just ready to jump into it, no reset, ready to get back into it, feeling the adrenaline. I was definitely feeling it after that goal.
Yeah. I mean, a 0-second goal to keep yourselves alive. How can you not feel the adrenaline after that? Here we go. Pass down, shot in. DNXY continuing where they left off. 4th goal in a row for Mr. DNXY, and this is looking very good for the Phoenix side.
Yeah, Zombie just trying to slow it down, but Phoenix Purple are just at a different speed now. You can't really play around with the ball unless you've got a decent amount of momentum, and you know you've got a bit of space between them. That's something that needs to be respected in this series between both these teams.
I don't know what it is about this map in particular, but like my eyes play tricks on me, and the map feels smaller than normal.
I mean,
do you get that vibe?
Yeah, to be fair, that should be, it sort of adds more realism to it. I mean, the whole point, like, Rocket League to a degree mimics soccer, right? And throughout history in soccer and regulation play, there have been fields that are just a little bit smaller. They're a little bit different here. And I would love it if there was a scenario where, you know, Sonics, and then if it was just like, we just make this a little bit smaller just to, like, make it a bit more like real life in that sense. I think that'd be cool.
I think the players would revolt if that were the case. Although I agree with you, I wish that there were more variety to the maps in competitive play. I think every like caster and spectator kind of wants that, but every player doesn't. Yeah, players don't want that at all.
It's kind of like the that video meme where I can't remember this particular basketball player. He's bouncing the ball backwards and forwards, and then he hits a spot where the ball just doesn't bounce as he intended it to. And everyone else who's normal is like, obviously I bounced it too hard, or I mispositioned. And he immediately is just like, nah, there's something wrong with this board here on this right now at this moment in time. There's an issue with it. You can see him testing the ball as he's doing it, and all of a sudden you can see everywhere else the ball's bouncing down like normally, and right there you see it like fall flat. And you're like, yep, he was right. You're so good at the game that you know exactly what's going on here, and it's actually the environment, not you.
That's crazy. I cool. Oh, can you imagine if like, different teams had like the ball settings in this to bounce in different ways? That would just be.
It'd be anarchy on the pitch. Oh, speaking of which, I mean, Phoenix Purple looking to continue the anarchy. Just been holding strong this past minute and a half here, making sure that Aqua have no chance to get back into it. And if you're Aqua, you'd be starting to feel a little bit hot under the collar.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be feeling it from last game as well. And those little breaks like that, shots towards the net, but just not quite on target. They'll build. They'll start to stack, and the pressure will mount. 2 minutes remaining in this game. Shot from DNXY is on target, still not going to be in. And it just feels like the confidence is gone a little bit from this blue side. Zomicron putting it up high, ball's going to fall down. There you go! But a defender is there. And things like that, little frustrations will start to mount. Little confidence warbles will start to show itself. And hopefully we don't fall in a position where we start to see this Aqua side make those unforced mistakes again.
Yeah, a bit of a bump there as well. Gets the ball to Chibi. Cryox will be there to stop it coming through. But Phoenix Purple on the attack. Go for it. Redux on the board here. Maybe a slight bit of an open there. Cryox will get back in time. But that's a bit of a swing and a miss there. This is an opportunity, well and truly. How did that ball not go in? Oh, Aqua getting away with murder there.
Yeah, but what can they do with it? They don't need saves. They need points. They need the goal. It's not going to come straight away. It's going to be DNXY now. Up through the corner. Zesty gets there first. Trying to stay behind it. It's a double commit. So much open field in front of Zesty, but they can't keep it straight. That could have been the equalizing moment. Instead, we go to the final minute, and it's still a lead for Phoenix Purple.
Yeah, the ball just had a bit too much pepper on it. No boost to get there in time and manipulate it. Now Zesty trying to make the best of a bad situation. Tries to get it overhead, but Phoenix Purple once again just cuts off the play at the legs, making sure they can't get back in. And here's a possible chance, but read by DNXY, they get through, they get the clear. And I feel if you're Phoenix Purple now, you just start to park, you just basically park the bus at the gate. Make sure they can't get in. Make sure there's no chance for the goal to come across.
Or you try to find another one. DNXY across. Sith Code can't get it. 20 seconds. Here we go. Chance to send this to overtime. Zesty's in the middle. There's the pass. There's the slow roller with the bump. It's Cryox who gets the equalizer. 14 seconds to spare.
Oh, what a creative goal as well. You can see they decide to slow it down ever so slightly. Goes for a little bit of a bounce and just jumps straight into Chibi to open things up. And Phoenix Purple, now they're the ones who must be feeling the frustration. 14 seconds to go. You just seem to be almost so close to clearing out and getting to the next series. And then all of a sudden you're looking down the barrel of an overtime.
Yeah, 5 seconds remaining, and it is looking like we will be going to our second overtime this series. Ball will hit the ground. So here we go. Last overtime. It did go to Aqua. It took just under a minute to find that goal. We'll see if that's going to happen again. Sith Code not able to get to the ball in time, so the initial pressure is going to come from the blue side. Couple swings, a couple misses, more swings, more misses. No one can hit the ball, Mendrix.
Well, eventually it does go for a little bit of a 50. Hits the side. Zesty tries to get it in, but you can see Phoenix Purple seems to be back on form when it comes to their defense as well. Chibi's got no boost, but we'll just get rid of it. Nice to save. Very textbook. Cryox now will try to push it towards the center. Zesty's in position. Goes in for a redirect play on the backboard. Unable to get the double, and the ball goes free.
Yeah, again, wound up hitting a teammate by mistake right there. Kind of threw him off course for the double. Zesty, though, still staying on the play. Still has boost. I love grabbing the little pads. 92 was the number on the charge. Burns all of it to get the ball towards the backward. Now it's a pass over. Chibi misses. Sith Code's in an awkward spot. Zomicron gets away with one there.
Oh, I feel like the nerves are starting to get to all the players who were so strong and were so tight throughout the entire series. And now that it's on the precipice of what could possibly be the end, you can see Zesty goes for a shot. Chibi's going to get there in position and knock it away. Chibi overhead will push it back towards the sides of Aqua, who then also do a bit more hidden plays here. They seem to have lost their control of manipulating the ball and just going for a little bit more of the fundamentals of just quick plays to see what they can do. I feel like they don't want to muck it up for getting too techie.
Yeah, but at the same token, even some of the basic touches as you're seeing right there are getting a little bit out of sorts. Now, the best attacks from Aqua have actually come from the demo play. That's been their most consistent. And I'd like to see them go for it again, but they're keeping two defenders consistently back, and you're not going to find a demo play like that. Shot on, saved by Cryox. Was able to stay just underneath it. Chibi won't go for the challenge. Free touch for Cryox again. Gets one demo, but with two players in the midfield, the ball stays on the blue side of the pitch. Here we go. Zomicron, no boost, can't stay with it, so up comes Cryox across the middle, too far forward. Sith Code, though, with an awkward touch, sees the ball get centered again. Here's Zesty from up above to the backboard, caught by Chibi.
Yeah, Chibi just making sure they can get there before any chance of a double could come across. DNXY pushes on over here. Ball goes overhead once again. It's going towards the center, but Chibi is doing a fantastic job of just keeping this ball out of the net. DNXY pushes it forward there. It's going to go into the corner. Things being slowed down a little bit by Zesty. Goes for a chip overhead. Again, Chibi shutting down the plays there. The defense has just been so strong on this side of Phoenix Purple here in this last minute and a half. As I say that, that's a great shot. Cryox gets back. Sifco also manages to stop it, and the game goes on.
Omicron midfield centers the ball. Here's Zesty. No, underneath it, trying to avoid DX and Y. Doesn't work out. Another touch as well comes across the net, not in it, but the pressure stays on. Omicron doing what he can through the corner. Ball gets to the backboard. Chibi is again there. Cryox now needed more height. Keeps it on the ground. Wanted to pass to Zomicron, who was just not ready for it. They slow it down. Second touch. It's a fake. It's a second fake. Third attacker comes up but misses the ball as well. Sith Code, no boost. Can't turn it into a breakaway in the opposite direction.
Chibi, though, cuts it on through. It's going to get the backboard. Joes in. Zesty will make sure they're going to be a barrier to stop the ball from coming across. Now Zomicron is on the counter-attack. Manages to get the beat onto a field, but Chibi, once again, is going to be the man in position to stop the ball from going in. That center had no chance with Chippy in play. And you can see Zesty wants to get control again, looks for another redirect play. That's looking pretty good. It's going overhead. But Phoenix Purple able to make the read, do get back in time.
Commit.
Oh,
End it. No.
No way. We're still going. This is almost a 4-minute overtime.
Yeah, there's been more opportunities right now for the Aqua side, but yeah, just some of the shots not there. The follow-ups have been more inclined to rotate back as opposed to kind of maybe risking it for that shot, and I can't blame them right now. The nerves definitely would be stacking, and you're almost playing not to lose. Cryox just trying to keep that ball above the net. Sithcode still hoping for a mistake, not going to find it this time. Zesty now unable to outrace DNXY. As we go corner to corner. Here comes Omicron off the roof. Reset. Second touch, midfield. Here comes. Oh.
Chippy just reads the plays at the moment. I feel like they have been really the player in position, stopping the goals left, right, and center, especially in this overtime. So you can see Phoenix Purple lost their life. This is a bit dangerous. DXY jumps on.
No
the
way.
ball doesn't go in.
No way.
What a save.
Oh my gosh, that should have gone in. How does it stay out? Phoenix Purple. They have to play on, but now the defense has recovered, or have they? Nobody wants to hit the ball.
DXY,
finally,
DXY
gets
going to the top. It's going to be enough. Oh, what a finish then. It's just a nice little touch there. They just don't have enough boost. Phoenix Purple managing to do enough to stop that coming across. Oh, we're going the distance, Formal.
They were going to Champions Field. It's where every good match should go. I was a little bit worried when it was 2-0 for Aqua, but you know what? Shouldn't have been worried at all. We sold it at the very start. These teams would be going the distance. Well, here we are, Champions Field, game number 5. Win and you advance to the semifinals. Oh, that overtime was one of the most stressful overtimes I've seen in a hot minute.
Oh, I can just imagine. I could feel the tension from the players themselves as well. Just the amount of shots being put through from Aqua, the defense being in place there, and of course DNXY coming in at the very end just to get that goal. Actually, was the play that put through the 2 goals there as well, just to keep Phoenix Purple in this. So again, a lot coming on through here. The players, I believe they're ready to jump into it, and this is it. There is no more after it. Whoever takes this is going to take the best of 5. And will solidify their position going forward into playoffs.
Yep. So here we go. Champions Field. One more chance for both of these teams. Momentum has well and truly shifted back on the Phoenix side. This is their 3rd time Champions Field throughout this tournament. And we'll see if they can continue it. Again, they're currently 1-1 in Game 5 situations. On the opposite end, only 1-0 for the Aqua team, but that one win was over Phoenix Purple. So, yeah, it's tough to pick where this one will fall.
I think what we've been seeing throughout the series, I feel like our predictions are just not going to hit it. The only prediction that obviously came true was, of course, this going the distance, going to that 5 games. That seems to be the case. That Phoenix Purple has that touch to bring it for us. Cryox here, looking to go for the attack. A bit of a fake, but unable to find the angle to put it away. Now Sithcode, little chip overhead there, tries to be Zesty, who will make the read and will continue their attack for the time being. Cryox in control. We'll go for a little bit of a fake there, just flip it overhead, beats one of them, goes towards Zesty, but Chippy makes the read, pushes the attack forward. Opportunity perhaps for Phoenix Purple as they come in. No goal just yet.
Oh, but more pressure on target. This time, though, it's a pretty easy save for Omicron. And yeah, good hold for Aqua through that first minute. They haven't really had a chance to be on the attack yet. Let's see what they can do right now. And the answer is not much. Get the ball into the corner, now start to rotate back. Having to reset that mentality for a Game 5 is always going to be so difficult. Bump, though, might help set something up here. Not quite. The defense gets to it first. It's a deep clear. Omicron back, though, for the save. They'll be under a bit of pressure. Zesty doesn't get there in time, but the shot winds up off the post.
Yeah, Phoenix Purple also doing a good job of getting the boost at the same time. Aqua feeling like they're losing a little bit off the resources here for the time being, whereas Phoenix Purple seems to be getting pretty good at keeping themselves healthy in that boost. Zesty, nice little touch overhead will stop the attack just temporarily, but will still be under the gun for the time being. Cryox tries to get a touch here. This is looking like it may possibly be an opportunity for Phoenix Purple to continue pressing the attack, but they do manage to get it out. Chippy, once again, tries to keep it in, goes overhead, will slow it down, might be looking for a pass here, but Omicron doesn't want to deal with any of that and will go for a clear.
Yeah, we'll see what more they can find as Zesty's going to keep that one held up high. Trying to chase it down underneath. Chibi, though, is going to be that first one. Keep rotating it through. One end to the other. Ball stays in the corner. Chibi now next touch. Again, still keeping it tight in the corner. As eventually we make our way back to that middle of the field. Zesty trying to stay with it. Second touch keeps it in place. DNXY now. Finds the next touch. Halfway through this game on Champs Field, Mendrix. Still no goal. And then nearly an own goal to break the deadlock tie.
To be honest, I haven't seen any crazy own goals this entire tournament, which is interesting, right? I'm sure it's happened, probably off stream, but on stream, players have been doing a fantastic job of avoiding that from happening. And Zesty finds a fantastic little slot in the end there to get into the top right corner. Just comes in from the side there. Ball goes on through. DNXY opts for the boost except for the clear, and they're probably going to be regretting that choice.
I mean, you saw it lined up a bit ahead of time, and there they go. Boom, down in that shot, back corner. Still 2 minutes left to go. DNXY stays underneath, but a quick challenge from Zesty. Sees the ball go from one end to the other. Cryox doing what they can, and what they can do is get demoed. Under 2 minutes to go now in this game, and it is Aqua with the late lead. Pressure on Phoenix Purple. Will they be able to find a way back in this one? Zomicron keeping it straight, but can't get it over the top of the Sith code.
Yeah, balls can go up nice and high, back towards the corner and then the center. DNXY's got some control onto it. Zombie tries to get there, will be shadowing for the time being. Goes back to Zesty. Nice little chip overhead. Will be one player, maybe an opportunity.
We got a rule one happening.
Oh, is there actually one happening? I didn't even see it. Where is it? Two players, where are you?
Yeah, it's Zomicron and DNXY are rule one-ing in an elimination game on Champions Field. Are you kidding me? And they are not breaking it. They're honoring it.
Sifco tried to break it for them. They're using the ball. Talk about using a little bit of a technical way to get out of a rule one. What can Sika do here? This is crazy that it's actually gone down to it, and they're just letting it hold. I think Aqua would be happy with this outcome. Oh no!
Oh, they had two chances on net. They can't get it. And now, Chibi, what can you do? 45 seconds. The flick shot. It's on, but it's not in. Saved by Zesty with 40 seconds to go.
I love how it's gone to a 2v2, and the game immediately slows down, and Zesty puts it away. Oh, the counter attack was just too strong. And you just see the differences there. Sifco just unable to get back in time. And Sifco doesn't want to put that one away. That's I thought it was
I mean, they were trying to get the save. Yeah. I'm not going to call that one an egregious own goal at all.
That's an unforced error. That's an unforced error.
I wouldn't even say that. It's a forced error. Yeah. Oh, Buttery? No! A little Buttery response. DNXY gets the goal off the backboard, and all of a sudden, half a minute, 1 goal difference. Phoenix Purple, what kickoff strats have you got?
Come on, give us something good. Keep the game alive. I'm down for an overtime. Maybe not 20 minutes, but I'm down for an overtime. Zomicron.
I still have RLCS later today. I don't want too many overtimes, but at that same token, I can do one more here. DNXY leaves it for the teammate. Ball on the blue side of the pitch. There's a chance. DNXY commits. Gets a bump. Doesn't get the ball. Chibi has to keep this one centered. Does so. Missed by the defender, but there was no one there to take the shot.
Tragic. That's absolutely tragic. Got 5 seconds left here. Aqua, of course, just want to hold possession now for the time being. It's gone towards Phoenix Purple. Can they catch it? One more time! Yes, they do!
Twice now! Twice this team has found the 0-second goal to keep themselves alive in this series. Chibi got the touch. They stay kicking, and of course, this quarterfinal game would go to overtime.
Oh, this is excellent stuff there. Oh, I haven't squealed like that in a long time, Formal. I have not. Oh, Phoenix Purple bringing the goods there. Aqua, of course, must be feeling the pressure, but of course, what makes you a great team is being able to deal with disappointment and bounce back immediately. Ball's going overhead and maybe an opportunity for Phoenix to put it away. Oh, talk about a deadly moment. Aqua managed you to hold on.
Yeah, they don't get it on this attempt, but maybe they'll get it on another. Zesty, bump on DNXY, opens up the door. Here comes the shot. It's going in. Triox seals the deal. And after a series with everything in it, it is going to go to Aqua. They take it in 5 in the third OT to advance to the semifinals.
Oh, and it's done with a textbook finish. Nice control. Gets the bump, opens the door, as you said, and Aqua close it. What a series formal. I'm sweating a little bit. Wowzers.
I mean, I'm sweating, but I think that could just be the Queensland humidity. That series did have everything, though. Little cheeky own goals, some unforced errors, but also 2 0-second goals, 1 to send to a Game 5 OT, 1 to win a game to keep a team alive, some mechie plays as well. Crazy stuff, crazy series. Well done to RVSSCA, though they advanced.
Yep, good stuff there, and amazing stuff as well from Phoenix Purple. Thanks again for such an entertaining competition so far, and of course you still have some placing opportunities in the future, but with that being said, it's going to be hard for any games to follow this one up, but we do have more action coming your way, and we're going to a quick break. Hello again, and welcome back to the Australian Esports League High School Competition for Rocket League. And my oh my, what a series we had just before. But from Div 1 to Div 1, we've got more action to bring to you. And of course, it's looking like it's ASC versus LC. Any interesting facts you want to throw at us, Formal, for this teams?
Well, I mean, look, LC just had a 5-game banger of a series as well. It happened off stream, unfortunately, because we were covering our own 5-series banger. That's how they've gotten to the semifinals. On the other end for ASC, they got a free. They had a bye to get here. Unfortunately, their opponents couldn't make it, but they are the number 2 seed. They are coming in with a 7-1 record, and even though they might not be as warm, they're still my pick to win this series out.
Nah, fair enough there. And I think they're all ready to jump into it as well. So we've nothing else left to say. Let's get underway. Jumping into it now. ASC have control of the ball, but Wraith Hills will try to steal it away. Limited boost, so they will just go back for the time being, and gets the demo here. LC looking to stamp their control in this game with some physicality.
Yeah, a little bit of action early, but we're still looking pretty good as Winter from ASC will get the first goal, taking 16 seconds. Maybe not buttery smooth in terms of a kickoff, but a buttery smooth double to get a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. Winter has definitely come early here. I feel like Ned Stark would be worried if they were part of LC for the time being, but let's see if LC understand, hey, we have to be careful here. We understand now we've got an ASC who's here to play, he's here to bring as much of the cold. I was about to say heat, but of course it was Winter that was coming across, so as much of the cold as possible. And we're going to have to really pick up their game.
Yeah, I am a little bit concerned, though, that this one, again, the thing about Division 1 is the top 2 teams really did feel kind of a cut above everyone else. Of course, those 2 teams being Phoenix Gold and ASC, the Gods of Lag. They've each been kind of monsters so far this season. So it'll be a tough one for LCTAS, I think, to kind of pull this series out. Last time these teams played, because, you know, it's always fun to take a look at how they went before. I'm just trying to find that result right now. Apologies.
That's all
we're
good.
seeing more pressure. It was a 3-0.
Yeah.
It was a 3-0 for ASC last time they played.
It's been interesting watching it. All balls comes through. Humbly manages to get that across and obviously get another one in the ball. There you can see there's some demos back to back. Ray, of course, tries to control it. Not the best redirect, and Humbly will be there in the right position as it falls into their lap. And I think it's interesting to sort of mark the journey as well of ASC, because my mind goes back to 3 years ago, and I remember seeing that name in Division 2. You know what I mean? It's really cool to see how this team, obviously there's been some changes of players, but they're still there, slowly grown into their own as top contenders in the Division 1.
Yeah, no, they are. And I mean, they, again, could be one of those teams to maybe, you know, put it all together and win out when it's all said and done. I mean, they were on a tear. You know, you play 7 games, I guess, over the course of the season. They had 18 wins, 3 losses, which means every series they won 3-0. And the one series they lost against Phoenix Gold, you know, the favorites of this event, they lost that one 0-3. So it's like, I don't know. It feels like they are that clear-cut number 2 team. Kind of hard to argue with results like that.
Yeah, it's pretty, look, sometimes the numbers don't lie. But that being said, of course, you know, you've had, again, a whole competition to go through. You've played that initial game with them, so you've all of a sudden had a chance to see how they play and perhaps even come up with countermeasures in terms of what you want to do. So maybe if we are going to see ASC and Phoenix Gold be those 2 teams in the finals once again, perhaps there's going to be a little bit more of a closer competition this time around, because they've got a bit more of a better read against who they're up against, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of hoping so as well, because I was also looking at the last time these 2 teams played, and throughout the course of the series, ASC put 14 goals on them. Wow. I think like the final goal score total between the 2 was 14-3 when it was all said and done. So yeah, it was a strong showing, and I mean, so far in this game, only 2 goals, so you know, less on average than what we saw before. Well, of course, though, the game's not done yet. Winter pressure off the backboard. Here comes the next touch towards it, not on yet. But I don't want to count out LC entirely just yet. As well, they had a solid season in their own right. I mean, Raythils has been strong every time we've seen them on stream. And if we are going to see that upset, they are kind of the player I'm looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely an opportunity here for LC to really just sort of be that underdog that provides the upset. A bit of a setup there that was unintended. This is what we're talking about. Humphrey just not getting the best touch. They obviously wanted a better pinch there to generate some decent power, get the ball clear, and Raytheel's immediately reacting to the situation and capitalizing to get the goal.
I swear I'm not a prophet, Mendrix, and like it's just every time something like that happens, it's the biggest fluke. All right,
yeah. Like, if anyone wondering, it's not pre-recorded, okay?
No, not pre-recorded. This is live.
Paul and I doing this live, right? Do you think I would make that many casting mistakes live, huh? Do you think I would? No, I don't. So.
I'm not a medium. I'm just lucky. But no, again, I still think, we do see a little bit more from this orange side. Good setup for the blue ninja, but not able to put it in. Here we go. Riley the Spud. Good touch on the side wall. Was it? Not really, actually. It was weak. Needed to be a bit further. Couldn't connect with the teammate, and now here comes pressure. On the other side, Winter, who has been kind of that front man on point, and this time they'll put it in the goal.
Yeah, getting redemption, of course, for the last goal that went through again. It was off the back of their soft touch, but you can see that soft touch goes both ways. Excellent control chip overhead, just guides the ball straight into the goal in that top left-hand corner. And there's not much more that you can ask from Winter from that sort of response directly afterwards. Just, like you said, the man on point for the time being, and just really doing a good job to keep ASE well and truly in a comfortable position in the series.
Sure. To Humphrey. He's just going to lob it up. Mida now. Wanting to stay behind the play, but won't be able to get that next touch. If that'll be Raythils. Trying to do what they can off the side. Humphrey looking to connect to somebody. Anybody? No, not this time. It's going to be left for Riley instead. 3 seconds to go. Blue Ninja keeping it on the ground. Doesn't end it with their touch. Winter's touch doesn't finish it either. Doesn't matter when the ball ends, though. It will be an ASE victory. They go up in the series 1-0.
Yeah, looking pretty good there. You can see Winter's obviously got that season 21 Dunk Master title, like in that little addition coming into it. Has definitely been doing a bit of dunks across the board here, but we still have more coming on through. Having a look at the score lines as well. Really good stuff there, goals. You can see everyone's definitely pulling their weight in terms of what comes across for the responses and the outcomes here. But I think LC really do need to jump it up a notch if possible.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring it back. A lot of hope that they should be able to. As we get ready to go for this next game. Also, a shout out towards you. Winter, shouting you out, Mendrix.
Oh, there you go. Thank you very much, Winter. I appreciate the shout out.
Yeah, it should be worth noted, if you do try to talk to Mendrix, he has chat muted because he is the one streaming everything, so it goes through me, all right?
I don't know what's happening. You give me a shout out, guys, I'll let you know. I'm like, oh, yeah. But I'm always open on Discord, okay, guys? You can, or you can at me on X these days, or Twitter, or Threads. I've got it all. I've got all the socials.
I'm the opposite end. Please don't message me on Discord, all right? Just... No, thank you. Here we go. Hopefully shot on. Not going to go in. Not this time. Still 4:24 to go as Ninja going to cross it up from midfield to the opposite corner. Hopefully now next touch. Still not in. As more pressure is going to be put on. Blue Ninja trying to do what they can. Winter gets a mild touch. Next play over the middle towards the goal. Still not in.
Oh, ball's going overhead there. You can see Blue Ninja now brings it across there. Looks like going to beat on most of the players there, but demo straight afterwards, and it looks like the counterattack's going to be good. And LC, your first blood in game 1.
That was a good goal from Riley the Spud right there. Cross midfield, touch, and in 1-0 lead. There you go. And hey, that's exactly what LC needed. LCTAS, first lead of the series. Ooh, fake kickoff coming from the blue side, and it's setting up the pass. Can Winter get there? Yes! Oh my goodness! Now that is a buttery smooth kickoff goal I can get behind.
Oh, that was beautiful stuff there. That was so choreographed from start to finish. And this is the stuff that you need to be prepared for in Division 1 if you want to be at that top end of the caliber. Wow, what a delivery.
Oh,
you're
you
so
know
happy.
they practiced that one.
I can see.
Yeah.
You guys can't see Formal's face, but I can. And this man has got, it is a toothy grin, right, from one side of the face to the other. That was beautiful.
I mean, how can you not enjoy plays like that? You know it's something they've practiced, set up, perfectly executed, the 1-2-3, starting with the fake kickoff, and you expect that from, you know, teams that want to win this whole thing. They're down early, doesn't matter. We got the plan. We know how to equalize, and we got another Rule 1.
Oh, wow. 2 times in 1 week. And I love how the players are honoring it as well. What happened?
Ooh. Ray does not appreciate the Rule 1. Ray wants his team at full strength.
Fair enough.
That's
fair. It's competition play.
Yeah, and it wasn't one of the 2 stuck in the Rule 1, right? Like, I've always felt like if a third party gets involved, that's still okay.
Yeah, true. I think we saw it happening before. I think, isn't it like, although I'm a big fan of using the ball as your way to knock it out, right? So I
prefer the ball.
Yeah, because you just go, okay, I'm not going to come in with my car. I'm going to knock the ball there, knock the Rule 1 out of the way. But yeah, nonetheless though, game continues here, and I love it. We haven't seen Rule 1s in who knows how long in this competition. We see 2 in space of 1 cast. That's insane. Oh, and a double! Not enough.
Woo, Winter wanted that one instead. The middle of the field actually left exposed. Humpley will be the first one back for it.
Nice and slow.
They get the first touch. Now looking down, maybe has the blue ninja. Nope, not this time. Challenging midfield. Slows down the counterattack. Ball being held midfield. Still 2 minutes to go. Still within striking distance for LCTAS. And again, remembering that this team got shut out 3-0 last time they played. 14 goals against them. The improvement is there. It's speaking
obvious
for itself. They are staying very much in this game.
And this is what we're here for. This is why we do these grassroots competitions where players will get an opportunity, if they do stick to it, to perhaps look at what the professional scene has to offer. Believe me, people are looking. Humpley comes across there, manages to get that extra goal. Winter, nice good stuff. You can see they could try to get it overhead, but unfortunately, I think Riley was just unable to get enough pepper behind the ball to get the clear, and Humpley's able to put that one away.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Later lead for this blue side. Here comes Ray, though, over the middle. Ball waterfalling down. Not quite on target. Defense. There was an awkward touch, but Humpley was able to recover it on their own. So well played by the defender, who nearly brings it all the way back.
Yep. Ray Thills will get the stop there. We'll pass through to Riley. We'll push it overhead for a clear. Winter in control. This is looking like a dangerous proposition now for LC, but Ray will immediately stop that ball from hitting the backboard and preventing any real setup that Winter might have had in mind. Once again, ball's going back into the center. Midda's just not going to be able to get there. Ray with no boost will find it towards the corner. Back overhead there. We'll try to slow it in the center as Winter comes piling on through. Midda, again, just gets a nice clear. Tries to jump overhead. Tries to slow it down, but a bit of a swing and a miss here. And maybe a possible opportunity for ASC to set this one up. Winter tries to get the touch, but Riley does a good job to slow it down and get it clear.
Yeah, they're trying to find another angle to go at it right now. Blue Ninja over the middle again. Triple commit by the defense, yet Winter wasn't able to corral the ball. Defense able to recover. Slower approach this time, and a bit higher as well. Ball's allowed to drop. Slow bounce, and it's a freebie for Humpley.
Yeah, nice little grab there at the end. So we'll see how that one comes on through. There we go. So all good. We can still see everything coming across there. Nothing to worry about there, apparently. I've left the party, Formal, in case you didn't know.
Oh, wow.
No.
I see how it is.
I know. I'm sorry, mate. Look, it's nothing personal. It's just how these things happen from time to time. Same way that perhaps goal might come in through there. Not going to be the case. Just keeping it on through for the time being. ASE, though, continuing to show that they are the team to overcome here if you want to make it towards Phoenix Purple. Or Phoenix Purple, Phoenix Gold.
Yeah, they definitely will be, I believe. Winter, small dribble, doesn't have Blue Ninja this time. Just gets it to the backboard. More pressure coming from Humpley. Timer hit 0. Ball doesn't hit the ground immediately.
Oh, right.
He left up there for Ray to get the deep clear. And, I mean, look, again, 3-1. It's not going to change the end result. ASC 1 game away from a trip to the grand final.
Yeah, looking pretty strong across the board there. It's going to be tough for LC, a tall order for them to come back if they're going to make it work. So we'll have to wait and see what they can do. But Yeah, ASC just seems to have them beat in all the categories, even with the preparation, as we could see there from their first goal in game number 2. That was, again, something that we just both found amazing. That was an excellent goal.
It was, as we get ready to go. So Winter was NOMC last year apparently, and it's just and loved your montages and voice work.
That's look, I always love commentating on NOMC, or Winter in this case there. So you know what, Winter, I do like the name change. It's good rebranding. Winter has a better ring to it, but NOMC was still a fantastic name. So good to see that you're still here, continuing on, and really ripping up the fields.
Yeah, it is good to see us. We are just waiting for Ray doing apparently a quick name change. As they also, you know, they're proud of the fact they no longer have the watermelon wheels apparently. As we get ready to go for our third and possible final game of this one. Now both these teams will be playing next week. It's just whether or not they're playing in, you know, the third place match or the final. Oh, whoa, what in the double fake?
Everyone's faking now.
Fair enough. Now, before we get too into this, Blue Ninja wanted a car review.
A car review from both of us. All right.
Well, it was more, I think, from me.
Okay. Well, you know what?
But I want to let you go first.
All right. Let me just. Okay, I gotta see it.
Gotta push 1.
I don't. Okay, all right, fine. I don't think we can make that one work. Let me bring it across. Oh, all right. Oh yeah. Yeah. I like it. Very colorful. The shark on top. A bit of an alpha shark mentality there as well. The question is, does the shark
I think it's an abomination. I like the color. Okay, I will give it this. The blue and orange colors work. The wheels don't. The wheels are atrocious. I'm a Hot Wheels fan. I'm okay with that, but I think the thing that best represents the car is, you know, on the tail, the broken, sort of disconnected, which is everything that this car is. And it's a Fennec. It's not even a Dominus. Come on, man.
Oh wow, that's real shots fired there. To be fair, I mean, I understand, right? Dominus is where if you're really looking to be mechy and fancy, you have to bring out the Dominus. So I can understand. But look, needless to say, I'm down for it. The Fennec looks pretty good in my eyes. I'd like to put it together here. Sometimes we
that's a goal.
There you go. LC as well. This is because we spent too much time looking at Blue Ninja.
Well, I mean, yeah, pass across the middle. Defense can't rotate back in time. Nice shot across the board. Second game in a row, LC is able to strike first.
I feel like the auto director now is trying to put more on Blue Ninja if possible, just to get as much view as possible on that car. So he comes through. Ooh, looking dangerous, LC. We can keep this series well and truly alive.
Winter's got a nice car. I like Winter.
I just wanted to say this, right? I feel like the world has turned to less is more, and I feel like that's Oh, wait a second. Did you hear the boost? The boost sound?
No.
It sounded
like you know,
had like a little bit of a Zen vibe to it.
Ah. Oh, I know which one that is. Yeah. I know. It's the flower petal thing.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Okay.
That's what's rocking there. Fair.
Does it improve a little bit for you?
Absolute. Actually, yes. You know what engine sound I use, all right? So you know things like that. That does get the thumbs up from me.
I have no idea what engine meow you use, all right?
But in regards to the lesson more, I do find that interesting because, like, back at the start of Rocket League, dare I say, at the early days, everyone was kind of lesson more. The stock tame was the big thing. Yeah.
I feel like
way back.
I feel like way back. I feel like I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like back in the heyday when it was like really
popping
off.
It started with the stock tame, and then by the time the Fennec became more popular in the meta, that's when we started to see players start to use more open net free goal for Riley the Smud in their own sort of version of the stock tame, maybe a bit more yellow, making it 2-0. But I don't want to return back to the lessons more. Not in Rocket League. I'd rather people drive ugly cars than stock tames.
It'd be a little bit flash, a bit of peacock. Here we go. Look at that. You know what? I bet you it's growing on you. You're looking at it before. You said I think it's an abomination, or do you think I think it's an abomination and I love
Oh, I don't love it, but I'd rather that than the stock tank.
Fair enough.
Like, you know, on the tier list, right?
At least it's original.
Exactly. Here we go, though. 100 seconds left, and this is actually looking like TAS might be getting their first win against ASC, and at a timely moment, too. Game 3, must-win situation for them to stay alive, I guess, and fighting for first place. Of course, they still will be a third-place match for the losing side, but yeah, this is a good game to switch it on.
Let's control that from Humpley, but again, it's going to be coming through. I like it, right? Maybe they're doing a bit of the Dragon Ball Z approach, right? You know, let the sort of like suss out the opponent the first time, then you go improve a little bit more, then you suss them out the second time, and then you really start to turn on Super Saiyan and really give it towards ASC. So LC definitely giving us a little bit of extra heat, which is what they definitely need, especially against the likes of Winter. With 50 seconds left on the clock, you can see LC is sort of moving into a more defensive position or defensive posturing. As I say that though, Humpley, lovely little touch overhead, might be able to bring this particular game back.
That is a good goal for Humpley right there through the traffic. 47 seconds to go, and we know this blue side has got the kickoff strats. What do they pull here in a must-score situation? They go for something a bit more generic this time, not looking to mix it up.
Yeah, very standard across the board. Last time, both the teams went for a kickoff goal that ended up being ships passing in the night, as they both decided to go for it. It could have been just a good read as well. Like, oh, I see they're faking, and we're faking as well. Winter tries to get there. Ray will be in position. Good little bump there. Will stop it on through. Balls overhead.
What?
And LC comfortably in a position to take this one away now.
Humpley hesitated, and it paid, and they got punished for it not once but twice. If they had committed earlier, that's a goal. If they had not committed at all, they have the save. They somehow wound up in the in-between right there. And they knew it too. They owned up to it. That was a little bit of a mistake from Humpley right there, and that's probably going to cost them game 3 unless they got to commit for it here. If they can find the goal, maybe off a kickoff. Hold on. Redemption for Humpley.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, nice little touch overhead there, and the bump from Winter just helping opening up the door so Humpley could get in there and obviously get that redemption. 14 seconds, crazier things have happened in the series today as well, Formals. So like when we saw from game 1, we saw some pretty amazing stuff. Let's see if ASC have it in the tank to possibly bring this towards an overtime.
Here we go. Winter has Humpley and Blue Ninja with them. Both have boosts, but it's Mida who has the read, and they should be able to down it here. They do. LC takes game 3 and keeps this series alive.
Yeah, absolutely respect it from Mida as well, just to come in and completely remove that away. So beautiful stuff there across the board here, as we do get an actual series on our hands here between ASC and LC.
Yeah, which is, you know what? Good to see. I'm happy. I'm happy we have an actual series, right? Like keeping it going. Oof. I don't know though. Having to win 2 more, ASC still looks so good.
Yeah, I agree. I think ASC definitely slowed down the pedal there. I mean, just quietly, guys, if the whole reason you left off the pedal a little bit was to show off the car from Ninja a little bit there, maybe don't do that, okay? Like keep it up there. Maybe perhaps they were distracted from a little bit of the peacocking coming across there as well. That's because essentially that's what that car is. It is a little bit of a peacock, let's be honest.
Well, we are going to be seeing a sub from the LC side as well going into game 4.
Oh, okay.
Which I am a little bit curious on, because this is a tough time to bring in a sub, and it is well, it's the name that my computer can't read.
Or Wave. It's Wave.
It's Wave. Yeah.
Wave.go. That's right. Yeah. Well, to be honest, like on screen, no one else can read it. Like actually, they can read it. But they can't actually read the name. They have to look at it from a particular point. So yes. So yeah, Wave's going to be the one jumping in here now for what might be the last game. Blue Ninja sneaking a goal in directly. I think what I love as well about the car is that it's the opposite of what a ninja would do anyway. It's big, it's loud, it's colorful. A ninja is normally stealthy, dark, in the shadows. The car's the complete opposite of the name.
Well, at least it's blue. Kind of.
Is it blue? It seems to be a rainbow.
There's little bits of blue on it.
Yeah, I guess there's some blue there. The shark's blue. We'll leave it at that.
You know, it's like bubblegum ice cream colored.
Not true. Or like paddle pop rainbow.
Yeah. Rainbow paddle pop colored. That's yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've you got some choice questions about that one.
Yeah, it's just thematically not correct. It's not correct. Here we go though. Humpley gonna get a touch towards the net. Winter stays underneath it as well, and everyone starts to rotate back.
We're coming through. Blue Ninja in control there. Will do some pretty fancy footwork to get a beat on what seems to be 2, but they will have time to recover. Bit of a pass back with no one there to jump on it. Raytheals will bring it towards the top end of the box, but it's going to go over the top now once again. Winter, what a touch there, but it will be saved. LC keeping themselves in this particular game, but of course, a relentless attack after attack. Eventually, the ball finds its mark.
Yeah, that was very well done. Just too much pressure for the defense to handle, and Humpley gets their first goal of this game. 2-0 lead. ASC trying to put a stamp on this one early, trying to make sure they're the team going to that grand final.
Yep, good stuff across the board here from everyone, but you can see now ASC getting themselves into a much more comfortable position. Because, I mean, the defense was good. I don't want to take that away from LC. It was just attack after attack after attack. Eventually, you run out of boost, you run out of resources, you lose your positioning, and the ball just has to go in when those sort of relentless assaults happen. You need to get a really good touch on the ball to get it clear, and they just couldn't find it. Blue Ninja will have a bit of swing and a miss. This opens things up for Rayfields. Winter's going to get there. Winter will be able to keep the goal well and truly safe.
Blue is going to put another one up off the roof. Winter there, backward set up, commit. No goal. Still 3 minutes on the clock. See more setups now. Blue Ninja from underneath. 50 doesn't go their favor. Hopefully it's going to be the one who gets there next. Trying to keep this one high and above. Winter follows it up to the backboard. Down, not in.
The Ninja puts it back again. Tries to get it through. Rayfields makes the read. Will immediately push it back. That's looking like an opportunity for ASC as Winters gets the demo onto a wave, but will decide to bring the ball back instead. A bit of a boost stealer as well by LC to make things a bit difficult for Winter. That's exactly what they need to do. You see right now is going to be the one to take the balls. Perhaps going to try and take it high. Passes it to Riley, who doesn't get the best touch and will go back down to the ground. But LC maybe have an opportunity to push the attack here. Center play comes across from Riley, tries to get overhead, but Winter will be there to bring it back towards the center here. Gets a chip, beats one player, doesn't beat Ray though.
Not this time, but still the pressure is going to come from the blue side. Winter doesn't get the wheel on it, maybe for the better. They're giving a lot of space to Ray, who has no boost, so he can't do anything with it. And it's just midfield control right now. That has been the name of the game for the past minute for ASC, and it's working so well in their favor. They don't need that next goal. They just need to keep their opponents from being on the attack.
Yeah, holding possession, like you said, controlling the tempo of the game, the pitch. Winter now on possible opportunity to counterattack. Nice little flick over. It's just going to miss ever so slightly. You could see what they were trying to do, but they missed the mark by a fraction.
Couple swings, a couple misses, but it's all well and good. Still 2-0 lead. 80 seconds on the clock. Riley needs to force something here. They need the attacking pressure. They're keeping a guy back in goal as the other two attack, and I don't like that in this situation. Yeah,
Wave tries to obviously get a touch onto it. Ball's gone overhead here. Winter seizes the fact that the goal is open off the backboard here. Nice little touch from Humpley will set them up, and now 3-0 with 1 minute left on the clock, and LC probably are not going to be able to bring it back. I mean, again, crazier things have happened, but I'm just not confident on it, Formal.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to feel that confidence with 1 minute to go, 3 goals required, and a sub who I don't think gets pushed onto the blue side of the field all game. I just don't see it coming together. In fact, a 4th goal will fall in favor of ASC, and that should be the dagger in this series.
Yeah, the nail in the coffin, if anyone could put it more poetically. And to be honest, every time I hear Blue Ninja's boost, I feel like a yoga session's about to come on. I feel like I need to put down my mat and maybe start doing a bit of a stretch.
Namaste. Here we go.
Yeah,
Shots
yeah.
on. Still safe. I don't even remember what that's from. Humbly out the corner. Looks to throw it down to Ninja.
Maybe? I could be
Is
wrong.
it? Yeah, it might
it
be.
is.
I am.
Oh.
Whoops.
Not the best touch, but doesn't matter in the end. No harm, no foul.
Enter. Reset, maybe. Dribble. Demo in the net, but still no goal.
But yeah, 20 seconds left here, 4 goals to go. I think it's safe for us to make our assumption of who's going to be walking away with the series. LC did a fantastic job there, of course, to get that one game underneath their belt, but ASC just proving too strong in the end.
Yep, too strong, gets the job done. That is going to be game, set, and match. ASC, our first Division 1 team to qualify for the grand final.
How good off the back of that. Congratulations, ASC. Beautiful stuff across the board there from both teams. And Blue Ninja, I personally would like to see different cards now every single time I cast you. I want you to bring a different one to the table every time you can, okay? So that would be my goal of it. Formal, do you have anything else before we do jump off to a quick break?
Stick with us. We have our other Div 1 semifinal up next.
That's right. Couldn't put it any better myself. We'll see you guys there. And we are back with the Australian Esports League High School Competition for Rocket League. And we have more Division 1 action coming your way. And now, of course, it's going to be the next semis here between Phoenix Gold and RVSSC Aqua. How excited are you, Formal?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous for Aqua. We saw them play before. It was a 5-game series banger, a lot of fun. Phoenix Gold, though, they are the raid boss of the league, undefeated. Through group play, undefeated everywhere you look. I mean, okay, they dropped a game or two, but never dropped a series. This is a tough ask for Aqua if they're going to get through and make it to the grand final.
Tall order has been set. We're looking for an upset being delivered by Aqua, and as we say that, Camo very quickly. I remember seeing Camo, of course, throughout the series, throughout other days of the year as well, or other years and other seasons, and Camo, Taunt Nest never do disappoint. Amethyst, though, different name, not sure if it's the same player with a different rebrand, or perhaps they've brought someone new into the mix.
I will be curious to see how they play this one out, but I'm just trying to find what exactly happened the last time these two teams went at each other. Was 0-3. And it didn't go well. It went kind of similar to this. It was 26 goals scored in total by Phoenix Gold over the 3-game series.
There is no mercy. There is no mercy in Phoenix Gold. Phoenix Gold take no prisoners. That is very clear and pretty crazy just how much they are above the rest here, especially in the highest division. And I'm just looking at it now. It's not anything special that they're bringing to the table. They're just quick. They're so fast. They're on point. Great spacing. Great fundamentals. You can see that they've got the mechanics there. There isn't really a wasted decision or positional move that they make when they do have themselves a bit of a handle on the ball.
Yeah, I think it's just a controlled team right now. And I mean, look, they've been waiting a while to play because they had to bye the first round. Their opponents unfortunately couldn't make it today, and then, well, we had to wait a little bit, you know, because we wanted to do both different semifinals. So they've been waiting all afternoon to get going in this one, thinking they had a game at 12. It's now 1:30, but they're scoring to make up for it. 3 goals in the first minute of play.
Yeah, this is a team that definitely wants to show their staff strut, what they've got, and with 3 goals in the space of a minute, Phoenix Gold definitely putting themselves in a commanding position here to show why they are top of the table. And looking at it a lot as well, like Camo, Tall Nest, they've always just been so good as well when they do get themselves in that aerial play. I haven't really seen it just yet in the series, but I'm excited for them to obviously do a little bit of controlled play, show us that control that they have there with their air dribbling, their air mastery, basically.
Yeah, they have just been in control in terms of the elevation, in terms of some of the accuracies from the touch. It was just a very explosive first minute of play, and now pressure is going to be back on Aqua. How do you respond to this? Do you have anything in your tank? Any tricks up your sleeve, maybe you can pull out right here? I'm nervous, to put it mildly, Mendrix, as the 4th goal is found.
Yeah, you can see Camo just, again, not wasting a single bit there. Zesty tries to get back, but a nice little touch overhead there, reading not only the ball, but also the player, and ends up pushing this goal lead ever further ahead here. 3 minutes and 20 seconds, already 4 up. I don't know what RVSSE have in the tank. I feel like it's just going to be one of those things where, you know what, we're up against a superior opponent. We're going to have to see if we can play, match their speed, or match what they do bring to the play, and hopefully over time start to adjust and adapt to what we're up against, because ultimately I don't think they're going to get game 1. What they're really looking to do is maybe stamp some control back in game 3 after they've had a chance to actually play and see what they can do against it, what they counter.
Yeah, we're skipping game 2. We're just going straight to game 3.
I mean, like, I'm looking at this right now, and like Phoenix Gold looks so strong. I'm thinking about, well, how do we beat them? What's the chance here? I'm looking at game 3.
We'll see. I actually don't disagree with you, which is kind of why I'm laughing at that, because it's like, yeah, that does make sense. 4 goals in the first half of game number 1 is a very definitive statement right now. And it was the ease that some of these goals looked right there. It's just one beat, and then boom, the point is on the board. That's kind of how Phoenix Gold is playing this. And there's the beat, there's the point. 5 goals now in our first game.
Yeah, and it just shows how, well, I'm looking for people that are surgical. They really are about it as well. Like you said, they get a beat, and then they waste no time capitalizing and punishing it every single time. Whereas normally you're hearing us, you know, throughout the series that we've had today so far, it's like, oh, one player gets the beat, do they get the second beat? No, they don't. Instead, we're saying things along the lines, gets the beat, gets the goal. Definitely a bit of a change.
Yeah, it is a very big change, as we're going to see another shot from Camo, nearly in. Oh, top corner, not able to put it through. Tautness, oh no!
I feel like it was a fake at the start, and then they faked themselves at that moment. Look, you know, even these guys. Oh, what an angle from Emphas. Oh, that was filthy. I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but if I was like playing against it, I'd be like, oh my god, okay, what am I supposed to do against
Indefensible.
that?
Yeah, it's indefensible in that position, that angle. There's nothing you can do, so I don't blame you for being like, oh darn it. Oh well, you just gotta kind of, you know, reset yourself, see what you can do. Put your best foot forward in situations like this. But a 6-0 lead, 100 seconds to go in game one, and yeah, this is a very impressive showing from our #1 seed.
Yeah, they're just on point across the board here, and again, it's just no wasted movements. Everything is over the point. Emphas, nice little flick over the top there, just read the play again. Yep, again, realizes Zesty can't get back in time. Nice. And like you said, it's smooth, it's effortless, it's reading the game all around them. It's definitely a different level of play.
Now it's a 7-0 lead, and I just am really impressed. Really impressed with the showing we're seeing from this blue side right now. Easy. We're far enough with the lead right now to kind of put game one in the books. It's going to go in favor of Phoenix Gold. Maybe a little bit of revenge for taking out the sister team in that first round, but with that final minute to spare, see what this orange side can bring. I mean, even just getting one goal, I know it'll be the meme scoreline, Mendrix, but it's still good for the confidence to remind yourself, yes, we can score against these guys.
Yeah, it'd be good there. Zesty obviously doing their best opportunity or best shot at that. Good control, but of course it's going to fall ever so short. Now Phoenix Gold back on the counter-attack. Tautness has got it there. We'll actually pass through the camo. It's a bit of too much pepper on the ball as it comes across Emphas. We'll get the demo. They're not going to capitalize just yet, but you can see Phoenix Gold are circling, making their way to do it. RV, SSE, Aqua do manage to get clear.
Yeah, they get clear. They get some pressure, but there's still 23 seconds left on the clock with this one. As Amethyst goes up for it, but actually just kind of lets that one fall. 15 seconds to go. Maybe enough time for one more goal. It's really not necessary, but hey, if you're having fun, go for it. Zesty and Cryox had a chance, but Amethyst was back for the save, and now Amethyst back the other way. Doesn't beat Zomicron, so they won't get the freebie. They're going to have to earn the 0-seconder if they want it.
Well, it's going to go straight down. We'll move ourselves straight into the next match. And yeah, Phoenix Gold, I don't see these guys dropping it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, they look absolutely on fire.
Yeah, they do. They look very, very strong. The 7-0, very well played, and only 2 shots allowed, both of them coming from Zesty on the RVSSCA side. It is what it is on that game. So how do you turn this one around? Better boost control in terms of like making sure you're getting your own boost, not allowing that to be stolen, and just throwing out challenges and hoping for the best. That's really all I can say right now. Just take your shot, take the risks. You may as well in this kind of position, as all 3 members are in on each side. Here we go, game number 2.
Yeah, underway, getting on into it. I think it really does need to be that scenario when you think about it in terms of, all right, be a bit physical on the ball. If you know, at the end of the day, if you do manage to get a good challenge, you start to open doors. And I agree with you in just positioning and being on top of the boost. These are things that don't require you to be that much faster, that much quicker, that much more mechier. It's just nice, solid fundamentals, and it really does an absolute amount of, like a huge amount of work in terms of allowing you to be more competitive against a better team or a better player.
And we'll see if that comes into play as Tautness now and try to set something up. A little bit of defense from Zomicron though. Does stop the early goal straight away. Whew, that touch from Camo would have been a beautiful one, but we've gone the distance like we've gone nearly a minute, and the scoreline is still 0-0. When last time at this moment it was 4-0, so there's some improvement.
And this is why I'm saying you're sort of looking towards game 3, because you're just adjusting to the caliber of the opponent that you're up against. You go, okay, they're moving quicker, we need to move quicker too. Tautness though jumps in, gets that off the back of a little bit of a fumble. I just have to look to see how that one comes through. Lovely little touch from Emphas. You can see Zomicron tries to get there. Yeah, swing and a miss. The pressure just coming on through. Tautness able to capitalize after that one as well. I think these are the things that also happen as well when you do start to try and play a little bit faster. You start to open yourself up to errors, and it is a tough balance to sort of jump through afterwards. You go, okay, well, I'm playing with camo. That was great.
Yeah, that was just a good. That was a good redirect goal. I feel like I want to go back and defend Omicron a little bit though from the previous goal.
Yeah.
Because it was a swing and a miss, but it was because he was going for a super tight angle to the hard right, which was the only way to stop the goal from coming at him. Just because of the way how Tautness was positioned. If he had hit it straight or to the left, that would have been a goal as well. Like, he had to hit it at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
And they went for it and just...
It had to be like a skim touch as well. It couldn't be...
Yeah, so...
It couldn't be a strong, full-body touch. You need to sometimes get that right 90-degree angle, and it needs to be just literally a fraction of the car.
Yeah, so it was a very low percentage attempt right there, but it was, I mean, that goal was just a lot more for the positioning of Tautness, but there's been 2 goals now since then, as another one is going to come through. Finally, one on the board for Zesty. Yep, he's goal maxing.
Oh, that was a good one as well. And I think what's really nice about that as well is the moment Phoenix Gold gave them some space, they can make some stuff happen as well. So I feel it really is on Phoenix Gold to, like, obviously keep their caliber of play going here, because you can't really let up. Like, you can't say, there's a reason why Aqua's here in the semis with you as well. You can't really give them the idea of any disrespect, because they will put goals away against you.
Yeah, as we kind of saw right there, and I imagine we're going to continue to try and see that pressure as Camo does get another one. 3rd goal in 2 minutes, so while not maybe as dramatic as the first game, the end result still looking kind of similar.
Yeah, at least we might get the meme outcome that you were hoping for last time. Because we got 3-1.
I didn't say I was hoping for it necessarily, but yeah, we are getting closer to it. Possibly
gonna be what's coming across. Camo now controls it. HyperX though doesn't want to deal with any of the kerfuffle and will get clear. Omicron now will jump as well. Camo gets bumped, and I'm liking that, right? So it's just sort of just bumping, being physical before they even have a chance to make their play. Again, this is something that's super simple to implement. Again, just a matter about positioning and bringing the ball, and you don't have to out-tech your opponent.
Oh, but Amethyst still going to try to create something. Ball rolls around the corner, but doesn't find its mark. Still 2.5 minutes to go. Tautness, touch over across. Camo there. He's going to try to outrace, and does outrace Zesty. Shot on post, not in. Amethyst leaves it for the teammate as Tautness makes it 4-1.
Yeah, Tautness on janitor duty. As you can see, the ball's in the air. That was a beautiful touch from Amethyst, almost going in, but not quite on the mark again. A fraction of where it needed to be, but it doesn't matter, because in the end, Tautness was there ready and waiting. And of course, now we're at 4-1, 2 minutes left, and ultimately, this is still an improvement for RVSSC. I feel like you take where they're coming from last game and put them where they are now. You can see, yeah, maybe there's a chance they do hold their line here in Game 3, because they are beginning to adjust.
Yeah, they are, and they might need to some more Camo. Ooh, doesn't turn that one into a point. I mean, look, there's still 2 minutes left, right? Like, I don't want to say it's been a complete improvement just, they stopped the flurry of goals, but these extended plays haven't really been falling their way entirely at the moment either, so here comes Camo again, down the middle, 50, goes in favor of Zesty, who finds a hole, and maybe we get to see some offensive pressure.
Looks for a ground pinch, we'll get it overhead there, not the most amount of speed on the ball, but of course it's still going to be cleared well and truly. In terms of what you're looking to do, Amethyst there, no boost, will try to get towards Camo, who does get overhead. Somebody tries to get an angle once again, but unable to get the touch onto the ball. Zesty now in control. We're really looking at Zesty, who seems to be a bit of a standout here in terms of the series so far. As I say that though, Omicron finds one, manages to put it away. No meme scoreline for us.
Nope, and yeah, Tautness, just an awkward touch right there. Camo tries to bail out, and that time Omicron all over it, ready to punish. And that's what I kind of was meaning at the start of this game. Take the risks, take the shots. Sometimes you'll get rewarded, and they do in that instance.
Well, so we can do now. 1 minute left. 2 definitely seems like a much more possible goal line here. Bit of a cruxer pinch attempt there by HyperX, but isn't going to get the amount of oomph that they wanted once the ball collided with the wall. Amethyst looking for backboard play. We'll push it back to Tautness, who goes overhead. Zesty not going to let that ball get beat on them for the time being. Cryox getting a read, does manage to get a touch onto it, but ultimately Amethyst gets the result they're looking for. It is a setup, and it's a goal from Totnest.
There you go. That was kind of fancy right there off that breakaway. Amethyst doing a lot of the setup work, and Zomicron just didn't really know how to read it. It looked like they were trying to play a little bit of Shao defense, but like doing so in the net is never really going to end well. So it will be a 3-goal game with 34 seconds. I'm confident enough to call it here. It's going to be match point going into game 3.
And that's the moment where it is do or die for RV SSC Aqua. They do need to really push themselves forward and go, all right, what have we learned from the last 2 games? What can we implement? That's going to be an effective strategy to, 1, stem the bleeding, just stop the goals from coming through, and 2, at the same time, get something back in return. I mean, they've managed to get 2 so far in this particular game. They just need to up that a little bit while not conceding as much. And I mean, easier said than done, right?
Yeah, always easier said than done. Either way, though, the ball hits the ground. Phoenix Gold 2-0 up. And while we saw improvement, it wasn't enough. This team continues to look so dominant. Again, Phoenix Gold, they've dropped 1 game since the start of the season. Not 1 match, 1 individual game. And they're continuing that trend now, 1 game away from going to that grand final.
And the question is as well, I'd really want to see which game that was as well that you know, they did decide to drop at that point in time. I say like that as in like they decided to drop. I'm not sure if there was
that I don't think that's how it worked. It was against JSRACS actually.
Enough. Yeah, I think did we? I think we did that game, didn't we? No, maybe not.
Maybe. I don't know.
Top of my head. All the games begin to merge into one for me for a while after a while.
They do a little bit, unfortunately. I mean, unless there's something absolutely memorable. 2v3 to start this one off.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where our 3rd player on the orange side right now. That could be problematic.
Not ideal, yeah. There's Tommy. All right, towards the end there. One comes through, unfortunately. Maybe a quick change there, a little bit of a internet issue. Sometimes these things happen, but at least they come back. They hit a, you know, better late than never, right, for me?
Yes, they came back just in time to see that ball go into the net, which is a little bit awkward, but all 3 members on the field right now playing at a 1-goal and a 2-game disadvantage, do or die for this side against Phoenix Gold. But I mean, Phoenix Gold, again, they're just putting shots on. Even though they gave up a couple goals before, they've been largely looking infallible. And don't see them making many more mistakes. Not in this situation. They are... You know what word I'm going to use for this team? Professional. It feels like they are just a professional team.
Yeah.
In terms of their approach to the game. I'm not necessarily saying they're right up there with the best, you know, pro teams in OCE or the world, but their attitude towards the game definitely feels that way.
Yeah, you can just see it here. I mean, even with this play as well, beautiful to set up there. Perhaps doesn't land the finish, but, you know, if you had, what, 2% extra accuracy, which is not much, it's definitely a thin margin to get to. That goal goes into the ball, and again, it's more the setup there that was just so beautiful that I really wanted to highlight was how they made that play. It was a pass to another one, a redirect onto the backboard for a setup towards this. And it was, you know, a play that was back to front. All of them were involved.
That was good to see, and maybe we will see some more. Here we go. The pressure on the net. Cryer gets the point, and we're tied 1-1.
This is good, right? We talked about it. Stem the bleeding, find a little bit more. 1-1, 3 minutes 20. RVSSC definitely showing us that incremental improvement that we wanted to see throughout the series to get to a point where they'll be able to match what Phoenix Gold is putting out. The question is it going to be enough?
That is a big question. I mean, they still need another goal. 1 is good. 2 would be so much better. And it is going to be Zesty along the corridor to the backboard. Amethyst gets in the way. Amethyst steals it away. And now with that later flick, it's got a beautiful pass to Tauntness. Ball's off the roof. It's not falling in. That's a shot from Camo. The angle makes it a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Cryox did everything that they could there to obviously stop that play from going as it should have. And Camo still manages to make it work. Beautiful adjustment there. Like you said, gets that angle and shows us why Phoenix Gold is top of the table.
That's good stuff. And they're hoping it will continue. 2:58 still to go. Camo leading the charge. Reset. Uses it underneath. It almost gets the goal.
Look, it was just beautiful to watch. Yeah, didn't get the goal, but you can see how those do net goals over time. And Dauntless manages to get that little touch at the bottom as well. I thought that was going to actually like bounce down and then maybe had to be finished with someone else. But Dauntless understanding what they needed to do and then just get the right level of touch onto the ball so it pushes down in the right angle. And again, the manipulation from Phoenix Gold is just top notch.
Yeah, and we're in that position right now where realistically from Phoenix Gold, if they can just keep this together, they will be going to that grand final off another 3-0 victory to their name. Half a game remaining. Pressure on this opposite side. Zesty, midfield, shut down by Tauntnest again.
Yeah, also doing a little bit of their own little mechie play as well, trying to obviously throw a little bit of spice into it and hoping that ends up giving them a result. Zesty will be reflected by Camo, and that comes across there. Back to Camo again. Emphas is good of control. Will pass it across, tries to get it overhead. Cryox makes the read, will go back. Tauntness obviously needs to get back. If they weren't there in that position there, that would have been an open net. But they do get back in time. Now Emphas pushing it overhead, goes to Camo. Camo pushes it back down to Emphas. Bit of a swing and a miss, so unable to complete the play. And now there's going to be a counter-attack from RBSSE.
Yeah, it's a short-lived one, though. They let the ball get away from the Camo in position to punish. Does get demoed. However, the pressure stays on, and Camo already back in midfield, already getting set up for the shot. The net is open, and it's a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, they knew exactly what their assignments were there from across the board. You can see Emphas passes it to Tauntness. Tauntness gets the redirect. Camo, again, another front-to-back play here from Phoenix Gold. All members of the team involved with it, communicating to make it happen. That wasn't a fluke, as it would be in the low levels of play. That was all planned.
Yeah, that was beautifully done, actually. And I mean, 90 seconds to go, and at this stage another open net will be found by Tauntnest to make it 5-1. RVSSC, they put on a strong showing in this event again. That last quarterfinal we saw from them was fantastic stuff. They'll still have a third place matchup, which I think is going to be quite close as well, but everyone is still playing catch up to Phoenix Gold at this stage in the event, and they're going to be going to the grand finals, I still feel, as quite heavy favorites.
I mean, if you're just looking at this state of the play here as well, you can see it. Going back to our last game, of course, the only real team that could put a real dent here on Phoenix Gold is probably going to be ASC. And even though they were, of course, were quite strong against their opponents beforehand, you can just sort of see again that professional aura, like you were saying before, coming across Phoenix Gold, where they do seem to be sort of touching the cusp of professional play. They're not there, but they're sort of like nipping at the edge where they are going to be like, oh yeah, I can see these guys. If you put a team together with, you know, a year two of like some solid like hyperbolic time chamber training, could have some real potential.
It's just how they kind of are approaching the ball. I mean, like, their rotations are super strong. The spacing has been exactly what it needs to be at like pretty much any given moment. They're always like, they've given up 0 free touches, it feels like, this entire series, and I think that has been, in my eyes, like kind of that most defining thing. You have to get a beat against these guys if you want to score against them.
Yeah.
And they're tough to beat. But they're not going to give you space for free. They're not going to give you free shots. They're not going to give you, you know, they're not going to have that unforced error opening realistically against them. That was almost it right there. But that was just a surprise kind of push forward by Zesty, which honestly nearly did work. So kudos to them. Yeah, they're a strong team, and they're going to win this semifinal and do so in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, 6-1, not quite the meme scoreline. Zesty perhaps looking to make it 2. Good control there, but of course we'll have the legs cut out of the midair. As we can see here, maybe one chance for a goal. Will they get the final one? Doesn't seem to be the case. Ball's still alive for the time being, but I'd say it's going to be dropping soon, and Tauntness lets it go down.
And that will do it. A 3-0 victory for Phoenix Gold. Our first sweep of the day. Well done to that side. The number 1 seed, undefeated, stays so. And they are now 1 series away. 1 big game starting next week to see if they can be undefeated throughout and win it all.
Yeah, absolutely great stuff across the board there. And it is always just a pleasure to watch Phoenix Gold come to the table and, like you said, just bring that professional aura in terms of what they do to the game. It really shows that what we're doing here does start to seep through. Like the idea is like, hey, we're preparing you, we're getting you ready. The idea is we're trying to bring up grassroots leagues here so that if you do want to have that journey or that pathway, it's available. So beautiful stuff there across the board there. Formal. With that being said, I'm pretty sure there's not much else to go on here, but of course we still need to thank a couple members here of the community, don't we?
Yeah, of course. This event would not be possible without our lovely sponsors, AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit with the latest in gaming tech. From high spec to precision gear, Officeworks has what you need. And Indomie, the noodle partner, made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie McGorning will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au.
Beautiful stuff there. I mean, the games today have been amazing. Still, for me, the highlight was definitely game #1. That was such a tough one for them to go through and beat. It was so evenly matched, everything come across there. But I think there were amazing plays throughout.
It was a fun day, and we only have one more day, which is crazy. One more high school day left, grand final day. It's going to be a fun one. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to take down Phoenix Gold. That is going to be a challenge, but who knows? Maybe ASC is up for it. Maybe they're up for the challenge.
That's right. There's still a bit of term 1 left to go, and if you want to see how it all ends, we'll see you guys next week.